Thanks, friend. Good afternoon. Are you guys ready for a celebration? I'm Dr. G. Duncan Harris, the CEO of Capital Community College, and I'd like to welcome everyone to the 76th commencement exercises of Capital Community College. It's a beautiful day, and we all know that the sun always shines on Capital Community College. This is our third commencement at Yard Goats Stadium, and we'd like to thank them for opening their doors to us once again for this most special occasion. Tim and crew, you're the best. Thank you for being the best neighbor a college could have. Will all please rise for the singing of the national anthem by Capital student Zuyani Yanas. You are asked to remain standing following the anthem for the invocation by Reverend Cleo Graham of Faith Congregational Church. Zuyani.
Testing. Okay. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you for that beautiful, beautiful national anthem. And thank you, Dr. Harris and the Capital Community College community for such a warm welcome. I bring you greetings from Faith Congregational Church, your neighbors. You know, in the words of the late Tina Turner, what does love have to do with it? Love has everything to do with this time. And so let us pray. Light of the world, love of the world, we come before you on this momentous occasion to celebrate the accomplishments of Capital Community College, our graduates, and those who have been with them through this journey. We thank you, O Light, for guiding them through this academic journey and for the dedication and hard work that they have put into reaching this milestone. As they embark on the next chapter of their lives, we ask for your continued guidance and blessings. May the knowledge and skills they have acquired during this time in college be used for the greater good of society. and to spread love along their journey. May they inspire to make positive contributions to the world. We also pray for their families, friends, and loved ones and the Capital community who have supported them along the way. We ask that you continue to bless them with love, strength, hope, and resilience. Finally, we ask that your presence be felt in this ceremony as we celebrate and honor our graduates. May this be a joyful and memorable experience that they may cherish for years to come. Bless them with faith, the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things unseen. As they walk in their new journey, remind them that they do not walk alone. Bless them and also bless those who come into their lives to receive your peace, to keep the faith and walk with hope, and to be ready to lead, serve, make changes, and be willing to accept the changes in their lives. We offer these words of gratitude and love in the light of your name. Amen and amen.
Amen. Thank you. You may be seated. Distinguished guests, faculty, staff, and the spirits and ancestors of the Wangunk peoples upon whose native land we now gather. And the reason we are all here this afternoon, Capital Community College graduates of the class of 2023. It is indeed an honor for me to preside over our commencement activities and to present 346 degrees and certificates to this year's graduates. Let's hear it for those degrees. Capital Community College is committed to ensuring our students achieve their career and academic goals. With the symbolic representation of the completion of this task being reflected in today's most sacred ritual, commencement. Commencement represents the conclusion of countless hours of study and the assessment of our faculty that our graduates have met all academic requirements. While all commencements are special, this is indeed an extra special commencement in that this is the last commencement of Capital Community College. Next year's commencement will take place under our new banner, Connecticut State Community College, which will officially launch close to 6 weeks from today on July 1st, 2023. To commemorate this special occasion, our faculty and staff have been presented with a special commemorative coin to mark this 76th and final Capital commencement. And they have a coin on their chairs, and so that is to represent this special occasion. I thank you all for your noteworthy service to Capital and our students. My task this afternoon is, as my beautiful wife Garcia says, to keep it moving. Our friends at Duncan Stadium have graciously rolled out their blue and green carpet for us this afternoon, but we need to be out of here by 3 p.m. for the next event. With that, I'd like to introduce the members of our platform party, and we'll begin our program. We have Jose Colon, Capital Associate Dean of Campus Operations, Richard Porth, Regent, Connecticut State College and Universities, Tamara O'Day Stevens, the Associate Vice President of Teaching and Learning for Connecticut State Community College, Jean-Paul Chesion Cardenas, Vice President of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion for Connecticut State Community College, Dr. Jason Scapatici, the Dean of Students and Faculty, Hakima Hussein, our commencement speaker, who is also a Traveler's Cloud engineer and a Capital alum, Tyler Allen, our 2023 valedictorian. Reverend Cleo Graham, pastor of Faith Congregational Church. Sharon Thomas, who is the vice chair of our CCC Foundation. Patrick Dawes, Capital's Associate Dean of Faculty. Becky DeVito, who is a Capital Professor of Psychology, and will be joined shortly by Senator Richard Blumenthal, our Connecticut State Senator. He's here. At this point, I'd like to introduce a few folks that could not be here in person, but that recognize the significance of the day and the accomplishment of our graduates who have sent video messages of congratulations. First, we'll hear from CSCU President Terrence Chang, followed by Joanne Ryan, who is the chair of the Board of Regents. Following these greetings, we'll hear from Jean-Paul Chacian Cardenas, who will bring greetings on behalf of CT State, followed by Richard Porth of the Regents, and then our Senator, Senator Blumenthal. Please pay attention to the video.
Hello, I'm Terrence Chang, and I am honored to serve as the president of the Connecticut State Colleges and Universities System. On behalf of CSCU and the Board of Regents for Higher Education, I want to offer my sincere congratulations to all of this year's graduates. Ever since I joined the faculty back in 2003, graduation day has always been my favorite day of the year because we get to unabashedly celebrate the success of our students. We get to say thank you to the faculty and staff who have helped us and worked with us all this time. We get to say thanks to the family and friends who have supported us along the way, because you cannot do it alone. There is so much to feel good about, and every single one of you should be happy and proud of your achievements. I'm thrilled to celebrate these achievements as we all look forward to whatever path you choose next. So today marks a significant milestone in your educational and personal journey. For many of you, your studies have been marked by challenges at home, at school, and in your personal lives. Yet thanks to your tenacity, commitment, focus, and dedication, you rose to those challenges. You adjusted, you persisted, you grew stronger. You put in the hard work necessary to complete your degree and get it done. You have shown that it is today's students and graduates that are the change agents for the future and the next generation of leaders for the state of Connecticut and the nation. As graduates, you are feeling many emotions. But whether you are going on to graduate school or starting a new job or using that degree to get yourself a promotion, I encourage you to view today not as an end, but a new beginning. So continue to work hard and be humble. Be respectful and kind and good to each other. Choose to believe that folks have good intentions, even when we don't agree. And in the face of adversity, always believe in yourself and know that you are valued and that you matter. So, every graduation speech must end with two things: advice and a quote. Here's the advice section. You've heard smarter, better people than me say these things, but based on my own experience, I'm going to say them again. 1, when you swing, swing big. Don't be afraid to fail. Failure teaches you how to be better next time, until you fail again, which you will. That's life. You do the best you can with what you have at that time. Learn from your failures every time and keep learning. There is no such thing as perfect. 2, don't be afraid to stand up and fight for what really matters to you, because you can't rely on others to do it for you. In my life, I've sat back and watched at times when I should have stood up and used my voice and taken action. I regret those moments, and regret sucks, because there's nothing you can do to get those moments back. And 3, I'm going to paraphrase Machiavelli. Know that when you try to do big things and create change, a bunch of people are going to go hard against you. because big new things mean that everyone who's been okay or comfortable under the old order is going to be disrupted. So they're going to fight you with everything they've got. Then there's a bunch of folks who want big new things, but they don't want the heat. So they're going to stand back and watch. You're going to feel like you're alone, but you have to ask yourself, am I doing the right thing, the right way, and for the right reasons? If the answer is yes, then you're good. Keep going. The integrity of your work and your character is going to shine through. Because at the end of the day, your integrity is really all you have or don't have. It's what you will be remembered for. And now, the quote from the book Anti-Fragile by Nassim Taleb. Wind extinguishes a candle and energizes fire. In the years that lie ahead of you, there will be more wind. There will always be wind. But I hope you will choose to find and unleash that powerful fire inside of you and not succumb to the wind like the thin flame of a candle. So, to the graduating class of 2023, congratulations once again. And please know that you have made the CSCU system and the state of Connecticut very proud.
Next, we'll hear from Joanne Ryan, Chairman of the Board of Regents.
Hello, my name is Joanne Ryan, and I'm honored to serve as Chair of the Connecticut Board of Regents for Higher Education. On behalf of my fellow Regents, I'm delighted to offer greetings and congratulations to each member of the class of 2023, along with our sincere gratitude to the parents, families, friends, and others who have supported today's graduates throughout their educational journey. Today is a significant milestone in achieving your higher educational goals, and the Board of Regents could not be prouder of your accomplishments and your hard-earned success. On behalf of the entire board, we extend to you our heartfelt congratulations, along with our hopes that each of you pursue your dreams, whether through continuing your education, entering the workforce, or something else entirely, with the same dedication and perseverance that brought you to this day today. I would also like to give special recognition to the faculty and staff who helped you to this point. Their expertise, passion, and dedication contributed so much to the quality of your educational experience. So to all CSCU employees, thank you. To the class of 2023, you are the future of Connecticut, and I offer all of you sincere congratulations.
Next, we'll hear from Dr. Jean-Paul Chesan Cardenas, Vice President of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion.
Buenas tardes, ¿cómo están todos? I am honored to be here representing Dr. Meduco, the President of CT State, and to congratulate you on this wonderful day. But I wanted to do this as kind of riffing a little bit with what Pastor Graham said. What's love got to do with it? The reality is that sometimes we're sold the bill that love is not an academic language, but it is. Not only that, but it's a language that moves people in social movements and in other places. If you look at the history of the last 100 years, every social movement has been undergirded by love. I'm not talking romantic love. I'm talking love like the love that in Greek would say agape, that love of friendship, that unconditional love. One of the things that I wanted to recognize today is the difference between them and us. So I'm going to ask you to do something with me, and especially the graduates, but I ask also the audience to participate if you're able to. It's a very short thing. Please stand if you or someone you love has ever been treated badly because of their race. Please stand if somebody you love or yourself have been treated badly because of your gender or gender orientation. Please stand if you have been treated badly because you come from a family which had low income or just not enough resources to make it every day. Or stand if somebody who has disabilities or has a status like a veteran or has been a pregnant mother or who's trying to breastfeed or any of the other protected categories in our state of Connecticut. Look around. Because a lot of times the debate is about diversity. But the reality is that that's not a the, right? It's not a them. It is about us. And I bring a message from President Meduco that being inclusive, please sit down, being inclusive, respecting each other, and doing for others is so important. And it's part of what we're asking you to do as graduates. So I leave you with the words of Cesar Chavez, who was a wonderful organizer of migrant workers in the southwest of the United States. And what he said is, we cannot seek achievement for ourselves and forget about the progress and prosperity of our community. Our ambitions must be broad enough to include the aspirations and needs of others for their sake and for our own. Love has everything to do with being academic. Thank you.
Next, we'll hear from Regent Porth. He will be followed by Senator Blumenthal.
Thank you, Dr. Harrison. I am so honored to be here today with you. My message will be very much like Terrence Chang's, but I want to say once again how proud the Board of Regents for Higher Education in the CSCU system is of all of you graduates. It's an honor to be here today with you representing the Regents, and an honor to be part of your celebration of this great achievement. I want to also say that we are really grateful to the parents and the families, the friends and others who have supported today's graduates throughout your educational journey. So important for all of us as we move through life. As you've heard a couple times already, but it bears repeating, you have worked really hard to achieve this milestone. And I hope that you take a few minutes or a few days to really feel good about yourself, to really feel good about your accomplishment and what you've achieved, to be proud of what you've done. Many of you have worked against long odds to graduate and to be here today. And that's so impressive to the rest of us, to be around people like you who have just achieved this success, often against really tough odds. The other thing my piece of advice for you today is make sure to show your gratitude to all those people that helped you along the way. I want to give special thanks and recognition to the faculty and staff at Capital Community College who helped you get to this point. Their expertise and their dedication contributed to the quality of your educational experience. And so to all our CSCU faculty and staff, thank you. Really, thank you very much. And here is the finish in terms of advice. It's a little bit different from what you heard before. Please remember all the people who have helped you along the way. In helping you, they also provide a really good example of a key ingredient in living a good life. Whatever you do going forward, education, job, whatever it is you do to pursue your dreams, you'll be happier, you'll feel more fulfilled when you help other people that you meet along the way also to make a good life. If you can stay grateful, that sense of gratitude, and if you'll let your North Star be to support your family, your friends, your neighbors, and other people around you to also work towards a better life, you're going to go a long way toward boosting your own happiness and your own sense of fulfillment. It won't be easy. It really won't be easy. But that's what it takes to have a life well lived. So finally, I say this to the class of 2023. Connecticut's in really good shape with good, smart people like you leading us into the future. Thank you and congratulations, everyone. So proud of all of you and your achievements. Thanks.
Next up, we'll hear from Senator Blumenthal.
Thank you so much. What a beautiful day. Congratulations to the class of 2023. You did it. Congratulations. Let's hear it. But you didn't do it all on your own. All those late nights, all of the missed meals, the child care, the part-time jobs, you did it with the support of people who are here for you today. How about a big round of applause for all of your loved ones, your parents, your friends, everybody. Let's hear it from you for them. I want to give a shout out to another group. All of the veterans, all of the men and women who have served in our armed forces. If you could just raise your hand in the graduating group, but also in the audience, all of you who have served. Veterans, please raise your hands so we can acknowledge your service to our nation. And I'll tell you who really deserves a lot of credit for today. CEO Harris, a great faculty. Thank you for your service to a great institution of higher learning. Capital Community College will always be in our hearts and in yours. Thank you to the faculty for all your hard work and your service. This is really a great school and a great day and a wonderful occasion to celebrate. You know, I'm tempted to say you guys are sitting in the infield, but today you're hitting the ball out of the park. This is a great day for Capital, but for you and for Connecticut. And I think you deserve a special credit and recognition for what you've had to surmount to get to this point. And I'm not talking only about those personal challenges. You have endured, you persevered for the whole pandemic, all of COVID, from beginning to end. You've worked through it and fought through it, and a couple of other epidemics as well. The opioid epidemic, the gun violence epidemic. The Surgeon General has told us about the epidemic of loneliness. These kinds of epidemics, you know, the word epidemic has become almost commonplace, but these epidemics are real and serious. And you have persevered by helping each other, by extending a helping hand, sometimes asking for help, which can be more difficult than actually helping someone else. And you have proved wrong all of the naysayers and the catastrophiers. You have proved, class of 2023, you have all the makings of the next greatest generation. And you deserve a lot of credit for helping each other, and we need you more than ever to help us, to help preserve democracy, to fight to preserve women's health care and reproductive freedoms, to preserve the right to vote so that everybody has access to the ballot box, to make sure that every American gets equal pay for equal work. And at the end, as you know, every generation makes a compact. It's a uniquely American compact to leave this great country better and stronger for the generation afterward. We're counting on you to keep that compact. I know you will, with the great education that you have received from Capitol. And in the end, as the pastor said so well, love wins. Love and kindness wins. Thank you, class of 2023. Congratulations. God bless you, and God bless our great country. Thank you.
Our faculty represent the heart of our institution, and our faculty consistently go above and beyond to help our students pursue their academic and career goals and dreams. It is a part of Capitol's commencement ceremony to have a faculty member bring greetings on behalf of our distinguished members. This year's remarks will be provided by Dr. Becky DeVito, Professor of Psychology. Becky?
Greetings to the Capital Community College class of 2023. Greetings, honored guests. Greetings to the family and friends, faculty, staff, and administrators who have helped our graduates arrive at today. On July 30th, 2004, I received the news that my dad and brother were both dead. Something happened in my life that was too overwhelming to make sense of, and I wanted to share with you what I learned to do. I started to write poems. It helped me figure out what I was feeling and what parts of my experiences led to which emotions. Because I was in graduate school at the time, I was able to shape my new interest into my dissertation research. It wasn't just me. The poets in my study also would use their practice of crafting poems to make sense of something that intrigued them. A few years after my family's tragedy, I started drafting a poem to answer the question, someday, far in the future, what advice would I be able to give to myself to help me through the rough spots? Maybe this is the sort of question you could ask when you find the need to orient yourself. Think of it as homework, or not. The invitation to address you at commencement told me it was time to finish the poem. Here it is. A few minutes with my future self. When I sought a wise woman, I recognized her at rest beside a patch of tulips that swayed to the dance of students to and from campus a few weeks before finals. I asked her how you become wise. She answered, losing what you thought you knew and who you thought you were. She said, every belief you lose, if it is important enough, you will find a way to get it back. But it won't come ready-made as a gift the second time. When something big comes and steals the ideals you've trusted your soul to, that the bonds of family can withstand any force, that faith will protect you, that the mind is sacred and therefore inviolate. You sit with the now empty space, and in between your declarations of non-belief, you notice things. You mostly notice the hurt. That's what happens when you stop moving. Your desire to escape the hurt will surround you with a parade of distractions. Everyday objects will become clowns with kazoos tossing fistfuls of cheap candy. Let nothing but purpose lead you to your feet again. What you thought you knew pursues you in your dreams. It squeezes into bears and burial mounds and chases and mazes until you let it go. Who you thought you were becomes who you are in how you work compassion into your voice when your parent is on the phone for support with software you barely remember. What you come to know is the gold and blue that show up in snow when you look past the white. I could tell she was giving wisdom, but I didn't want to know. I wanted advice. She cleared her throat and began again. Across the span of your life, every person you love, you will lose, or they will lose you. Love them, not as a flame, with the glow of lava while they are here. You will have to love them into being when they are not. And if you can find courage for only one act, love again. It is the only thing that will make you want to breathe. Tell me more, I said to her. I have told you everything you need. The rest of my message travels more slowly than the speed of sound. It will catch up to you someday when you are sitting still. Thank you.
At this point in the program, Dr. Jason Scappaticci, our Dean of Students and Faculty, will present various academic awards and announce our salutatorian and valedictorian.
Thank you, Dr. Harris. It is my pleasure this afternoon to present to you our Transfer and Student Excellent Award recipients. I'll start with the Transfer Scholarship recipients. First is 4 students who have been selected for the Dr. Arthur C. Banks Transfer Scholarship. All students selected for the transfer scholarships have been chosen by a committee. They had to apply. Competition can be fierce. They were chosen for their academic excellence and their contributions to the Capital community. I ask that the 4 students please stand at their seats so that they can be recognized for their achievement. Jada S. Aras, Roberto Diaz, Shantice K. Johnston, and Mitzi Z. Melchior Cortez. Congratulations to the 4 students for the Dr. Arthur C. Banks Transfer Scholarship Award. The Central Connecticut State University CEO to President Scholarship this year goes to Laji M. Doumbia. Congratulations to Laji. The Central Connecticut State University Merit Scholarship Award goes to Sylvia E. Agbolosu Mirtaj and Eric Richard. Congratulations. The 2 recipients of the Good Citizenship Award go to Jacob Graff and Joy Lee. Congratulations, Jacob and Joy. The Dr. J.E. Smith Scholarship has been awarded to Casey Francis. Congratulations, Casey. And our final Transfer Scholarship Award is the University of Hartford CEO to President Award. That goes to Kimberly Marie Frawley. Kimberly is unable to be with us today. Kimberly is also the class salutatorian, and the class valedictorian is Tyler Allen, who is on the platform party. Congratulations to all of our scholarship recipients and our Academic Merit Award recipients. Thank you.
College is tough. Can you imagine getting an A in every class you take? We had 2 students from this graduating class achieve this feat, and I'd like to recognize them at this point. And I'd ask that Regent Porth, Vice President Chasankar Deanas, and Sharon Thomas from our foundation board join me at the podium. And we have this. And we need you, Tim. And as Jason mentioned, Kimberly could not be with us today, so we'll be presenting our other medallion to Tyler Michael Allen.
Class of 2023, I am pleased to introduce you to your valedictorian, Tyler Allen. Tyler started his journey at Capital Community College in the spring 2019 semester. He came to Capital 7 years after graduating from high school, Cromwell High School. Like many of you, his journey to college and through college is not the traditional path. And that is one of the things that makes Capital so special. Tyler is receiving his degree in construction management today. He currently works for Becht Engineering in Rocky Hill. He lives in Broadbrook with his lovely wife, Heather. And when he is not studying, which he did a lot of, you would find Tyler on a hike with his wife and friends, or fly fishing in the great outdoors. Congratulations, Tyler.
Good afternoon, CEO Dr. Harris, Senator Blumenthal, Capital Community College Foundation members, CT State, Board of Regents, deans, faculty, staff, families, guests, and my fellow graduates. Today marks a milestone in all our lives. All of us have worked extremely hard, overcame challenges, and have finally made it to this memorable occasion. As we all gather here today, we are filled with a sense of pride, accomplishment, and excitement for what the future holds. Graduation is about much more than receiving a diploma. It is about those late nights of studying, classes after work, countless hours spent on assignments, and the classic, make a discussion board post and reply to 2 others. Graduation is about the journey we all took to get here. My journey at Capital Community College began in 2019 when a friend and coworker of mine asked me to take a night class with him. I had started going to college right after high school, but at the time I was overwhelmed and not sure what I wanted to do. I dropped out after 1 year and began a job where I found a passion for the construction industry. When this coworker invited me to my first construction management class, I was nervous about going back to school because it had been around 6 years since I was a student. After taking one class, Professor Della Ripa encouraged me to pursue my degree, but with working full-time, finishing the degree seemed impossible. Professor Della Ripa would always tell me to take classes at my own pace and just to keep at it. I took another class and then another. I started taking one class at a time, which turned into two, which turned into pushing myself to squeeze in summer and winter sessions. Soon I was nearing the end, despite all the times I doubted myself and all the times I thought I would never finish. And even though I finished a year later than I had anticipated, the bottom line is, I made it. We made it. I would like to take a moment to thank our families, friends, and loved ones who have supported us throughout this journey. I especially would like to thank my wife, Heather, for being the biggest support throughout the past 3 years. You were always there to inspire and motivate me, and I know you'll always continue to do so. Also, I would like to thank the faculty and staff here at Capital Community College for their constant support. And a big thank you to Professor Della Ripa. Lastly, I want to congratulate each and every one of you on this incredible achievement. We deserve to celebrate this moment. Each of us has our own story and our own set of obstacles we had to overcome to get here. Moving forward from today, go with confidence, courage, and the determination to overcome what seems impossible. Congratulations to the class of 2023. Thank you.
Our commencement speaker for today's occasion is Hakima Hussein. Her full bio is listed in the commencement bulletin. She will share information about her academic journey and the role capital has played in her career success that she has received to date. Today's graduates, please take note. Hakima is a prime example of what is possible and how to use the lessons learned at Capital and your degrees you're receiving today as a springboard to career success. Ladies and gentlemen, the speaker of the hour, Hakima Hussein.
30,000 feet above the ground, 300 miles per hour, and 6,247 miles to come from the Middle East to the US. New place, new people, new culture, and new language. It took me almost 1 whole year to learn how to speak English well, and it took me 11 years to become the person speaking before you right now. For as long as I can remember, I've always had desire to understand the world around me, and I've always had desire to become a better person. An interest of mine has always been to surround myself with people from whose passion I can learn and from whose interest I can increase my own passion. I've always been a seeker for learning and doing whatever it takes to be a role model, to help people out, to enjoy my time, also to travel around the world, but had no idea that I'm gonna end up here. So for those who don't know me, my name is Hakima Hussein, and as all of you can tell, I'm not originally from here. I'm from the Middle East, specifically from Sudan, that's in northeast of Africa. I immigrated to the United States 12 years ago. When I got married, I had to move over to live with my husband, and I keep joking, whom I love and hate at the same time. I'm not friends with the cold weather, and I keep asking him until this day, why Connecticut and not California? family reasons. I have two boys, Hussein, he's 11 years old, and Hussam, he's 8 years old. And the third boy is actually coming next month, and I'm seriously thinking about moving out. Before I came to the US, I went to the University of the Capital of Sudan where I studied statistical and mathematical science. My husband convinced me to come to the US where I would be gaining better education and better career opportunities. I tried to transfer all the credits that I did to UConn, but they accepted only 30 out of 120, and I had to do the whole thing all over again. But before going to UConn, I had to enroll myself at Capital Community College to learn English, because back home, I learned English as a subject at school, but I didn't really have to speak it, and I thought it will take me years to finish the ESL program, and I ended up doing way better than what I have expected, and I finished the program in just 1 year. One day, I was wandering around the building, and I saw this posting on the third floor for a scholarship with travelers that I decided to apply for it. At that time, all I knew about travelers was that red umbrella in the back over there. But the name of the program, EDGE, Empowering Dream for Graduation and Employment, made me feel empowered enough to apply for it, given the very short amount of time I was here. Seeking the education or seeking to finish my education that I started back home and eventually landing a professional job was what I came here to do, of course, beside living with my husband. And when I applied for EDGE, my English was not even perfect. I was barely speaking English. And on top of all that, I was 8 months pregnant with my oldest child. I still applied. I always believed in the power of trying, regardless the outside noise. You look different, they're not gonna take you. You can't speak English, they're not gonna take you. How come you're applying for this big program and this great company, and you've only been here for just 1 year? Well, I tried. I'll take my chances. I'm not gonna just sit around and wait for things to happen. I'll do my best. I was nervous, I was so uncomfortable, but then 2 weeks later, they called me saying that we liked you, want you to be part of our scholarship program. Actually, out of excitement, I ended up starting the whole program 2 weeks after delivering my first child. Looking back in time, I still think I was crazy for doing that, but I ended up doing that. So I started as an EDGE intern for 1 whole year, then moved to a data analyst position for 6 months. Then I took time off from the internship, but not from going to school, as I had my second child at that time. Going and succeeding at school while looking after both my boys, almost by myself, was not easy. But I was so lucky to have the support that I got from my assigned mentors with the program. At Travelers, I had Rita Ortiz. At Capital Community College, I had Kathy Ziska. And at the School of Business at UConn, I had Shanice Austin. I was commuting to stores 3 days a week, taking night classes. In many occasions, I didn't have childcare, so I used to take my kids with me. I used to drop my little one at the School of Business, where my mentor would be looking after him, and I would take my oldest with me to class, where we would sit at the back of the class and he would color and read books. Then, during the summer of 2016, I was invited to join Travelers as my last internship as an EDGE scholar. During that time, I got the honor to go out on lunch with one of Travelers' presidents. It wasn't just me, we were 6 scholars at a time. And if it wasn't because of the great partnership that Capital Community College had with Travelers, I wouldn't have dreamt about having lunch with the president of a company that has more than 30,000 employees. I finished my internship that year, went back to school, and 7 months before graduation, I get a call from HR saying that the president I went out on lunch with asked us to keep an eye on you. And we created this position to fit your interests. I was pleasantly surprised, and of course I asked if they were joking. I hung up the call, and I looked back, and I said to myself, this was everything you read, Hakima, on that posting on the walls of Capital Community College. Empowering dream for graduation and employment. I'm almost graduating, and I actually got to secure a full-time job 7 months before graduation. I felt so powerful, I felt so motivated, and I felt unstoppable. I finished strong, and in 2017, I graduated UConn with a cumulative GPA 3.75 and a bachelor's degree in statistics. Then fast forward, in September of 2017, I was invited by one of my mentors to join a full-time position as a data analyst. 1 year into me working there, I was invited by another mentor to join a leadership program. That was a 3 years rotational program, and I ended up joining. And upon my graduation from the program, I was invited by another mentor to join a data engineering position at another division. I credit all the moves that I had through Travelers to the connections that I got to build through the program and the great partnership between Capital Community College and Travelers. I credit all the moves to the EDGE program and to the power of having mentors. Now I work as a cloud data engineer in an enterprise role, and actually for this position that I'm in, I had to go through a whole week of interviews, and for the very first time in my life, I felt powerful enough to negotiate compensation. I prepared myself a sticky note with what I was going to say to the recruiter, and as soon as she calls me, she gives me a number, I lost my voice. I lost my voice just like that. It took me a minute to calm down, collect myself, and I ended up saying what I want, and I got what I wanted. Through the EDGE program, I grew into this confident leader, and now I'm happy to make an impact in all areas in my life. Not just ready to help people like me, but anyone who needs support. I am a better version of myself because of the support that I got from the Travelers Edge program and because of that great partnership between Capital Community College and Travelers. So if I can leave you with few things to walk away with, I would say the world is full with opportunities. For me, that opportunity was staring at me at the walls on the 3rd floor at Capital Community College. So don't wait for things to happen. Believe in yourself, as the more that you believe in self, others will be attracted to believe in you. And don't just follow your dreams, chase them. Congratulations to all of you. Thank you so much, Dr. Harris. It's an honor that you asked me to be here. Thank you so much for my Travelers family who's in the audience somewhere. And thank you so much for Capital Community College.
Thank you, Hakima. At this point, the moment you've all been waiting for, Dr. Scappaticci, please ready our candidates.
Dr. Harris and distinguished guests, I, Dr. Jason Scappaticci, am pleased to present the members of the class of 2023. These candidates have met the academic requirements for associate degree and certificate programs as established by the Board of Regents for Higher Education. Will certificate candidates please rise? The names of the certificate candidates will be read by Dr. Andre Freeman, Professor of Mathematics. Each candidate will cross the field to receive their certificate.
Sylvia Alaman. Gustavo Correa. Quinlan Fahey. Martin Garcia. Dennis George McGarvey. Romaine Reed. Veronica Rose Rivera. Dwayne Anthony Warren. Jocelyn Alejandra Zaldivar Morel. Arif Hussein.
Thank you, Dr. Freeman. Will the candidates for the associate degree in general studies please rise? The candidate names for general studies degrees will be read by Dr. Daniela Ragusa, Humanities Department Chair.
Miguel Angel Ferris. Carol Rosemary Harper. Shauna K. Atika Levy. Rodolfo Mata. Shantasha M. McNeil Mons. Marilyn Morales. Anthony Robard Joseph Moran. Alba Morela Pereira. Eric Richard. Stephen Ernesto Richardson. Brenda Lee Rivera. Robert Enrique Tavares. Delaney Leanna Wilk. Veronica Rose Rivera.
Will the candidates for the degree programs from the Department of Business and Technology please rise? The candidate names for business and technology degrees will be read by Professor Gerald Murphy, Business and Technology Department Chair.
Welcome to everyone, but in particular, I'd like to say Salam Alaikum to my fellow Muslim brothers and sisters. I also wanted to mention I was a student here and I attended the graduation in 1978, which was our 31st. So Duncan is making me feel very old. Thank you, Dr. Harris. Luisa Batista Lopez. Alexander Bueno. Jaden Canada. Michelle Castro. Denasia Davis. Dolly Dulce DeSiu. Saw you last night. Congratulations. Yeah. Is it Tamira? Yeah. Tamira Curry. Moses Drubahadur. Mam Efe Nihiraba Esando. Joshua Glatt. Justin Hippolyte. Francisco Antonio Jiminian Ortega. Good to see you. Thank you. Congratulations. Dia Jalidi. Andrew Johnson. Andrea Klein. Congratulations. Finally, you get to meet. Joe Masialek. Dejara Queen Page Mitchell. Kenneth Nunez. Elsa Rivera. Alexander Rodriguez. Tyler Sabino. Sylvia C.A. Gennaro Sequenza Guerrero. Jennifer Singrai. I already know you. Yeah. Diana Soriano. Nice to meet you. Martina Torres. Angela Palas Garcia. Tyler Spada. Ricky Sullivan. Ariana Evelyn Thomas. Ray Javier Vega. Catherine Elizabeth Hannah Wright. Mitzi Melchor Cortez. Adalberto Millan. Sylvia Emekor Agbalosu. Richard Ajay Seifa. Lisa Dewan. Congratulations. Yes, record to meet you finally. Umi Thusa. Hey, good to see you. Congratulations. Ulysses Pamela Sierra. Last but not least. Last but certainly not least, Cesar Zapata. On behalf of my colleagues, congratulations to all the business and technology graduates. Thank you.
Will candidates for the associate degrees from the Department of Health Careers and Public Safety please rise? The candidate names for Health Careers and Public Safeties will be read by Professor Tricia Wayne, Assistant Professor of Paramedic Studies and Department Chair for Health Careers.
Bertha Anachui. Stephanie Cologne. Joelle Conover. Damaris Contreras. Christian DeLay. Itar Elfgi. Colin Marshall Garnett. Shantice Kadaya Johnston. Caitlin Marie Jolly. Bartholomew Joseph Langwell. Marissa Janelle Lee. Catherine Orphelia Marin. Paula Nicole Martinez Castro. Jessica Iris Mattingly. Reina Lynette Melendez. Rochelle Nicole Moore. Vanessa Holanda Pereira Giovanni. Aja Cheyenne Riley. Eka Pao. Mary Luz Rosado. Farzana Yasmin Runa. Sienna Nobel. Marvette June Russell. Alicia Renee Shackett. Manglin Shea. Benjamin Edward Wilson. Janalee Eliza Zayas. Samantha Vanessa Van Riel.
Thank you, Professor Wayne. Will candidates for the degrees from the Department of Humanities please rise? The candidate names for Humanities will be read by Dr. Daniela Ragusa, Humanities Department Chair.
Kyandra Ager. Stephanie Allers. Brahim Benny. Roberto E. Diaz. Diamond Ruben Duvermont. Casey Shante Chania Francis. Jacob Paul Graff. Joy Lee. Zoe Yolanda Martin. Chanel Renee Palmer. Ryan Pisarki. Savannah Jade Stevenson. Michael Miranda Sawyer. Sarah Williams. Jamie Renee Wright. Lucero Moyu. Khalil Howe.
Will candidates for the associate degree from the Department of Nursing please rise? The candidate names for nursing will be read by Dr. Catherine Leary, the director of the nursing department.
No, he got the hook in. Hello. Stella Awitha Amagadu Akamani. Evangia Armarova. Helena Amoa Mensa. Jada Saswana Eris. Jason Ayotte. Fazia Casamone Bailey. Rebecca Marie Benzano. Yolande Beckley. Sheree Bellini. And Keena Bennett. Elizabeth Dawn Bernier. Erica Marie Bissett. Melissa Bonet. Terry-Ann Natoya Bonito. Marika Brown. Patricia Brown. Rose Fitzgerald Callahan. Jordan Javier Castro. Renee Chantel Clark. Kenneth Ryan Cockgang. Carly Lynn Coloni. Delunai Shanika Carrera. Mercy Ama Kawabia Ado. Maribel Correa. Rolando Jose Cortez. Anya Catherine Cotterell. Tabitha Marie Del Greco. Leanne DeMars. Desiree Diaz. Elizabeth Ann Earl. Ruth Ann Naomi Elliott. Vivian Marie Figueroa. Aliyah Mishwana Francis. Jessica Nicole Garcia. Sydney Patrice Galebski. Jaslyn Felice Gonzalez. Huen Nguyen Grady. Bisma Hamid. Margaret Elizabeth Horton. Ashley Humphrey. Sharika Marcia Hyde. Tessa Heideck. Philomise Rose Stale Julimise. Kimberly Ann Coast. Jane Frances Salisi Kwaku. Zambrosia M. Lawrence. Tamsin Sky Lazier. Andrew Robert Leardy. Natasha Kadian Lennon. Chantelli Lynette Lazardi. Olivia Elizabeth Lombardo. Aliyah Kwana Long. Alexander Michael Nathan Loomis. Mackenzie Chantal Marquis. Ajiyu Nutia. Melissa Stephanie Messias. Arvnet Math Urine. Carmen Milan. Michael Jacob Modleski. Kelly Taylor Mooney. Nicole Renee Marin. Siham Minur. Berbochi Nella. Carl Philip Alexander Neubauer. Nicole Elise Nowinski. Carolise Nunez. Chelsea Oliveria. Nadia Omar. Mariah Victoria Robinson Gonzalez. Claudia Awasu. Leslie Valerie Padilla. Catherine Rose Piper. Wakilis Judith Reyes. Kathy Rodriguez. Chelsea Marie Wojas. Julia Martinez Rosario. Subro Roy. Erica Lynn Ryan. Ashraf Latif Shaki. Amy Anna Skowinski. Lane Chapman Smith. Marcia Smith. Emmeline Sosa. Mina Suba. Kelly Marin Taplin. Marlene Jealous Torres. Hien Tran. James Edward Trigfoglio. Danielle Marie Trudak. Deneen Ann Valenti. Amani Michelle Vaught. Priscilla Velasquez. Caitlin Ann Wakefield. Joseph A. Washal III. Deanna L. West. Onelia Samanthia Wint. Teresa Monique Witchard. Michelle Diana Yanerios. Jacob Danielle Yeager. Iona D. Zobrinska Bregies. And last but not least, Jacqueline Pamela Perina Carlos. Congratulations.
Will candidates for the programs from the Department of Social and Behavioral Sciences please rise? The candidate names for Social and Behavioral Sciences will be read by Dr. Josiah Ricardo, Professor of Sociology and Program Coordinator for Social Services.
Thank you, thank you. I have to put them in here, right? Sophia Blackburn. Luz de Fátima Cajahuarariga. Shafee Malia Heath. Kathy Johnson. Sasha Gay Kimberly McDonald. Angelica Mosquera. Corey D. Nixon. Victoria Maria Pereira. Ayana Regina Ramos. Elsie Marie Salazar. Chanel Tori Ann Samuels. Titania A. Johnson. Keishla Claudio. Milagros Taveras.
Will Professor Murphy please rejoin me at the podium for the presentation of the degree of our valedictorian? Our final degree is for the valedictorian, will be presented by Professor Gerald Murphy.
It is an honor to recognize Tyler Michael Allen as our valedictorian.
I know that I'm the only thing between you and a celebration with family and friends, so I'll attempt to be brief and leave you with 2 items. First, my favorite quote, which is fitting for this occasion, that education is an ornament in times of prosperity and a shield in times of adversity. This is especially apropos today. Today is an ornate celebration of your degrees beaming bright. However, there may be a day when you need to call upon your learning and your degree as a shield to serve you in a different way. In both occasions, it will serve you well, and it is something that can never be taken from you. Cherish it. You are now among a select few, a college graduate. Second, I have a favor to ask. I'm going to ask you to commit to something. I'm going to ask you to stay connected with your alma mater and give back. Many of you will go on to get degrees from other institutions. Don't forget your Capital Days. Our foundation has spent the past year revamping its operations and working on ways to make it easy for you to stay connected and to invest in those Capital students that will come after you. We hope that you'll support these students coming after by coming out to the gala or our Yard Goats or Wolfpack alumni event or coming to hear a Pennington lecture. You know the difference we make, and we'll be asking you to help others as a part of our proud Capital alumni. As I close, I'd encourage you to remember fondly the hours spent riding one of our 5 elevators between floors. Remember hanging out on the 7th floor as a member of one of our student clubs or the SGA. Remember your first play at the Hartford stage. Don't forget about the times that one of our counselors, advisors, or mentors, Helena, Roxanne, Ashley, was there when you needed it or were having a rough day, or when Randall Ward made sure you had something to eat from our pantry or took you on a trip, or one of our amazing campus safety or police officers, Joel, Steve, Jesus, Kristen, Francis, Kenny, Carmen, or Scotty, gave you the smile you needed in the lobby to start your day when you came in our building. Remember that passion for biology generated by Professor Adolfo Blanco Sanchez, for cybersecurity by Professor El Haddad, mathematics by Professor Braverman, or English by Professor Ken DiMaggio, or criminal justice by Professor Art Koreska. Professors DiMaggio and Koreska are retiring this year, so this will be their last Capital commencement. They have both served our students admirably for decades, and we honor the difference they've made in the lives of hundreds of students and the love they poured into our institution over the years. Students, I truly hope you remember your time spent at Capital fondly, and when you drive by our building and see our blue lights or logo in the Hartford skyline, you smile and reflect positively on your time with us. Capital Community College, class of 2023, please stand. By the virtue of authority vested in me by the Board of Regents, I herewith confer upon you corresponding certificate, Associate in Arts, Associate in Science, and Associate in Applied Science degrees, and thereby admit you to the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. Congratulations and best wishes to those who have received degrees and certificates from Capital Community College today. Congratulations, you are now Capital Community College graduates. Please join me in a round of applause for all graduates who may now turn your tassels to the left, signifying graduation. Following our benediction by Reverend Cleo Graham, we have a special and fitting treat, part of our tradition at Capital Community College. The drum has had significant meaning in cultures for centuries. At Capital, we honor the meaning and tradition at the end of our commencement ritual. We will be led out of the hall by one of our state's best drum teams, Hartford's Proud Drum and Dance Corps, led by Terry and Duffy Starks, the directors. Will the assembled please rise for the benediction by Reverend Graham? The Capital Community College 76 commencement exercises are now complete. Reverend Graham.
Don't you just love what's happening at Capital Community College under the leadership of Dr. Harris? Let us clap and say thank you. So in the beginning, we asked the question, what's love got to do with it? And I need you to say, love has everything to do with it. What's love got to do with it?
Love has everything to do with it.
Amen. Let us pray. Let us pray. Higher spirit, higher power, love divine. Thank you for showing us what love has got to do with the success that we see today. You have graduated them. We have experienced victory today. We have experienced love. And so now we are charged to go forth with love in our hearts, to share this love in our new careers, to follow the light and to be the light in a sometimes bitter world, knowing that there are sweet spots and salty spots, sour and brokenness. But you are the light today, so go forth and be blessed and be a blessing. Amen.